Welcome to the Triple F Podcast. It's time to dominate your fantasy football league. Here's your hosts, Daddy Lutz and Jay Sheeds.
Fantasy Freaks, it's your boy Jay Sheeds, joined by Daddy Lutz. Let's talk about Week 3 injuries, kicking it off right away. Daddy Lutz, fill him in.
We got Saquon out with an injury. Anthony Richardson is limited at practice today. Nick Chubb is done with a apparent left knee injury that looks possibly career-ending, maybe even. And Montgomery said he will be out for possibly 2 to 3 weeks with a thigh bruise.
All right, well, that is fucking depressing. So let's move right on to our shootout games of the week. Games that we think are going to be really interesting to watch. My favorite game of the week, probably not everyone else's favorite, is going to be the Jaguars versus the Texans. I like the Trevor Lawrence bounce back spot with Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk. You got the ground game with ETN, running it back with CJ Stroud on the other side, Nico Collins, Robert Woods. I think it could be a nice, interesting game there. What's your pick for the shootout of the week?
I got the Chargers versus the Vikings. Both teams are surprisingly 0-2, so both will be fighting tooth and nail for that win.
That is going to be a fun one to watch.
I think both of them will be scoring.
The wide receivers for that game are going to be popular, so I would definitely play them too. They're going to be getting a lot of yards.
Yeah, both sides of the ball. Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Mike Williams. Start them all. Austin Eckler if he's healthy.
Hawkinson,
yeah. Forget about that, man. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
What you got for a score?
Also, they got Cam Akers.
Oh, that's right. The Vikings did get Cam Akers. I did forget about that. Breaking news.
Yes, sir. So, what did you say? What do I got for a what?
I said, what do you got for a score?
Oh, this game, I probably got 28-26.
Vikings or Chargers?
Chargers.
28-26 Chargers. I got it. Go win. 38-32 Chargers as well.
All right.
High scoring game.
I don't know if it's even possible to get 26. But basically, that's my pick. Go Chargers. Next thing we're going to do is roll out a couple of the noon picks. Let's talk about our key players from each game. Players that we think you guys should have in your lineups. If you're going to be targeting these games, you don't want to be playing guys who are not getting targets, who are not getting, carries, good looks. So first game we're going to talk about is Detroit versus Atlanta. I'll talk about the Detroit side first here. We got Jared Goff throwing to St. Brown, Reynolds, and Laporta. I think they're all three really good options here. And then, obviously we got to monitor the Montgomery thing. So those are my players to pick from this team. And then, Daddy, let's take them through Atlanta.
Atlanta's got Bijan Robinson, early Rookie of the Year candidate. That's the only person I would start on the Falcons. I'm sitting Algier, I'm sitting London, and I'm sitting Pitts. I don't see anything but running the ball, and Desmond Ritter's not worth it. So Bijan Robinson is the only one I'm starting, and everyone else is riding the pine.
I like that. All right, next game we'll talk about Green Bay versus New Orleans. I got A.J. Dillon from this game. That's about all I'm really interested in. I see the defense is kind of going at it in this one. So, what about you?
Jordan Love has looked really good, and I think that A.J. Dillon is ready for all the touches. Maybe we'll see.
Maybe he just needed to get that bad week, over with.
Yeah, and Aaron Jones was not practicing today. Christian Watson was a full participant, so that's great to see. But yeah, I expect it to be a low-scoring affair, defensive battle. Packers pulled it out in the long run, but
yeah, I got Packers in this one too. All right, next game. Let's go Denver versus Miami. Starting it out here. I don't like anybody from Denver. I don't think anybody does. So this one's just all Miami for me personally. I'm sure you're the same. We got Mostert, Hill, Smythe, and Tua. I got Miami pulling this one out. Anything I didn't say there, Daddy Lutz?
Yeah, Russ just ain't him. The Dolphins defense is going to give the Broncos problems all day, and I think the offense is just going to keep putting up yards and points.
I hope they prove us wrong. I hope they do.
I don't think they're going to stop. I don't think they will either, though. My mind's telling me they're going to lose by a lot. So, pretty self-explanatory there. Let's keep it moving here. We got Patriots versus the Jets. Patriots side, I like Stevenson and Elliott in this one. Jets, I talked earlier this week. I like Wilson a little bit in this matchup, and then I like Lazard as well. So just my two players I'm looking at. I'm going to hammer the under. Whatever the total score is, I'm hammering the under. Bill Belichick likes to shut down the opposing offense, and Zach Wilson doesn't seem to like to throw the football to his own team. And a little note here, last time Zach Wilson played the Belichick defense, he threw for only 77 yards in 4 quarters of football. I'm staying away from this game, to be honest.
Yeah,
maybe the only person, maybe the
eat the clock.
Yeah, maybe the only person I touch will be Stevenson from the Patriots, because as Sheets just said, they're just going to eat the clock up, and I don't think Zach Wilson can deal with Belichick's mind games.
I like that. Low total in that one for sure. I definitely see New England kind of running the ball a lot, and then maybe Wilson having to air it out a lot towards the end of the game. Well, let's keep it moving here. We got 2 really fun ones to end on for this week, or this podcast specifically. We're going to talk about the other games in our next episode later this week. So the last 2 we're going to talk about Baltimore versus Indianapolis, and then Tennessee versus Cleveland. Baltimore versus Indy, though, we got Lamar versus AR. Personally, I'm going to go with Lamar over that guy Richardson all day, with Flowers and Andrews, and then running it back with Pittman maybe. If once the Ravens get ahead, I think they're going to air it out to Pittman, maybe air it out to the tight end Kyle Grandson. So that's our plays for Baltimore versus Indy. But Daddy, what you got for Tennessee versus Cleveland?
Well, Chubb is gone. Short week for the Browns. I think Tennessee dominates the run game and the time of possession. They're both run-heavy teams on offense, and
you better mention my boy D-Hop.
Are very good defensive teams. I know you love your Tannehill and D-Hop stack, but I just think he's an old man that
he's due
to that point. Like, yeah, sure, he'll get you that one game for 100 yards with 2 touchdowns, but when the heck is it going to be? I don't know, and I'm not going to keep picking him until it does happen.
All I think about is when George Pickens ran across the field right there on a 71-yard pass, and that was against Cleveland, and I could see D-Hop dominating that secondary. But those are our picks, guys, for the week. I would probably go with Henry, Hopkins, and Ford. Stay away from this game, too, without Chubb. It just seems like kind of a risky one to bet on.
Oh, Kareem Hunt was signed this morning, too.
Oh, good for Kareem Hunt. I like that guy.
1 year, $4 million. So
where to? The
Browns? The Browns picked the
Browns. That's good. That's where
he was before, too, so he knows the offense.
That's what's up. All right, last thing we're going to do here, guys, and then we'll get out of here, is give you some Thursday night plays for DraftKings. We have $1 million up on the line on DraftKings this week. We got the Giants at San Francisco. Daddy who do you got at captain?
At captain, so I did try to set one up today, and I think I was deciding between CMC, obviously he's going to be the highest scorer, or my other choice was to go with Daniel Jones and play the opposite side. Because
okay. I like those two. Let's keep it under 10 minutes here. McCaffrey or Jones at captain, I like those two. Obviously in the flex, if you're going to play Jones at captain, you're going to have to pair him with some of his receivers. Personally, I think San Fran all the way in this one. You're going to put Brock Purdy in the flex, pair him with either Kittle or another pass catcher like Ayuk, and then maybe you run it back with the Hodgins and Breida stack. Maybe Waller in the mix too if you got Jones at captain. So
you
can always throw defenses out there too. San Fran defense and the captain wouldn't be.
That's what I was gonna say. The San Francisco defense was the other one that I was looking for a captain as well.
Yeah, kickers for Giants would be good. But yeah, guys, best of luck to you on Thursday. Hope you join us in the next one. Other than that, it's been your boy Jay Sheeds.
And Daddy Lutz, we'll catch you on Friday.
All right, guys, stay freaky.
Adios.
Peace.